Hello, hello. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about cybernetics. Now, every time I mention the word cybernetics, this is what typically comes to people's minds. But what I'm actually talking about is a principle that's been around since the 1800s. The way this works is this red line here represents our calibration, or say our goal. This is where we want to hang out. But what happens too often is we veer off the path. We miss the mark. And if we keep going in the direction we're going to end up way out in left field when we wanted to be in center field. So what happens is we get to a point where we realize, hey, I'm not where I want to be. So then we need to do less of the same. We need to make those adjustments and get back to the calibration, or say back to our goal. But after a while, we veer off the path again until we realize we need to be doing less of the same. And this is basically the principle of cybernetics. And the way it's explained to me is like a thermostat. You set it, the temperature at 72. It's not really at 72, it's set at 74 or down to 70. And it just kind of bounces in between. Whenever it gets too hot, the thermostat tells the system, hey, less of the same. So it turns the heater off until it starts to get kind of cold at 70. And then it says, hey, less of the same, turns it back on, and it just fluctuates right in between there. Now, let's say your goal is to stay on budget. But let's say that you only check your budget, you check your spending once a year when it's time to pay taxes. If that's the case, your waves are going to be like this. And the bigger the waves, the more energy, effort, and time it's going to take to get back on track, back to your goal. It's not going to be impossible, but it's just going to be more difficult. And not only that, if you have employees and they've been doing things a certain way for a certain period of time, they love consistency and they're feeling comfortable with the way they've been doing it. And now for some reason you want to change it all up, it's going to be frustrating for them. But if we don't check our spending just once a year or twice a year or even quarterly, but let's say we do it monthly or weekly or however often you spend, then the cybernetics of it will look like this. You will be hanging out as close to that calibration as humanly possible, which is the actual goal. Now, guys, in my next video, I'm going to discuss how we can receive this basically constant feedback without coming off as being a micromanager. Thank you so much for watching.